Well, as you can see, when we click on this guy just pulls up without giving us any means to return to the previous page, except depending on the back button of our default back button of our phone. Since this is a layer over the one behind it, there's a login page behind this. What we have to do is to add an icon, a button that will close this. In case we don't want to register again, we can just click on it, or we can have a button here that does the same thing. So what we'll do on our register.html page, that is the page that we're seeing right here, and this is the header, and inside the header you have the Ion navbar by default, and this is the register we're seeing right here. So what you will do is let's just do away with this guy. Instead of Ion navbar, let's call it Ion toolbar. Let's call this guy Ion toolbar. So this toolbar has a button, a text called register. Well, we can add an icon too, so we move over to Font Awesome just to add an icon. Font Awesome. Then we get our favorite icon and add to it. While the Font Awesome is loading, we click on fonts, then we find an icon for register. You can say people or person. We have user, okay. Then we can click on user. Any icon you want, I'm just using this. Then we have this, we copy it, get back, and then add this register. Alright, the next thing we want to add is button. We can add Ion buttons. So we have Ion, we have button. We want someone to click on it, and this button has only an icon, and the icon is let's use Ionic's icon. So this is how Ionic adds its own icon. Name. I just know this offhand, but you can always go, you know how to add your own icons. So this button, we want this button to be at the extreme right. We can say item right. Alright, let's see if what we just did worked, and then we'll come back and explain. So our page refreshes, and there's this suspense where you have to click this. Oops. Alright, let me show you how to debug. As you can see, I just clicked it and nothing is happening. When your page freezes like this in Ionic2, just know that you have a problem, most obviously with your HTML. You understand? So you right click and you click on inspect element, and then you pull up this guy here. You click on console. Your own inspect element might show up by the right part. You click on console, then usually this is difficult to read, but if you know what you just did last, it's telling us that we have our problem here, unexpected character somewhere here. Alright, so we get back and see. Alright, that's the culprit here. I know you must have seen it before me, but then I wanted to show you. Let me just get back the error in place. I want to show you in the command prompt. If you have an error in your HTML, your command prompt will not tell you anything. So the only error you get here by default is the error in your TypeScript files. So if you have an error in your HTML, you will not see it here. But if you have in your TypeScript file, this is the best place to find it. On the contrary, this guy may not exactly tell you what is wrong with your TypeScript file. So you alternate between your console here and your command prompt to be able to debug effectively. Alright, and what we have is we delete this, and we have it refresh, and we click on. Okay, this is down here, but then it should be here. Let's just fix it. So this is the default way to move items, ion items, to the right or the left, as we used earlier, but later on. But for this ion buttons, this is what will work for it. So start or move it to the right, and we will be able to see it in action. So we get back to our page, and after it has reloaded, as you can see, it's reloading. After it has reloaded, we click on register, and you see it right here. I'll click on register, you'll see it right here, depending on the operating system you are using. Okay, so this button, we want it, see the effect that is happening when it is clicked. In Ionic, buttons have this effect. It seems that only buttons have this effect, this little ripple that moves out of the center where you clicked. So we want it to close this modal when we click. So we are first of all going to link it to a function in our TypeScript file. So the function should be on click. We can just say when someone clicks this. So we can say when someone clicks this guy, you can say click. When there is a click, just close register page. Alright, and return all controls to the previous page. So this, we have to create this function. We get to our register.ts, this file register.ts, and we get to create a function right here that says when someone is clicked, just close this page. But then we need something called view controller. So view controller, and we are importing it from Ionic Angular. So we come here. Don't worry about knowing all this, you just have to know them as you proceed. We just call it private. You can just give it any variable name, call it view ctrl, then the type is view controller. So now we've sorted it out, we can now use it here and say that when this thing is clicked, this miss. Alright, so we've sorted this out, and when someone clicks it, it just closes this pop-up page, and there we are, it's reloading. And once it's done reloading, we'll test it out. Then I'll show you that any other link can use that same function. So we have it here, register. It opens and pulls up. Then assuming we don't want to register again, we can just click on close pop. It comes back to this guy. I'm testing it in iOS right now. As you can see, it's so cool. And same thing with Windows. Same thing with Windows OS. Alright, any other thing in your page could use this function, and this onClick function, any other item in your page. So let's just create a random button. We can create a button and say that this button, when someone clicks this button, just close this page. Return to login. So here in our page, it's refreshing, it's reloading. As you can see at the top of the corner here, it's reloading. So we have register, and there's a button on the register page, and if we click on return, it returns. Alright, remember that you can also do a lot of things before it returns, which is you can actually process a whole registration, go to Firebase, check the user details and everything, process everything before you close. Alright, so thank you very much. This is one way or two ways now that I've shown you to link between two pages. I'll show you the next one, which is just the normal link between to and fro pages. So thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow me on all my social media handles. Thank you. See you in the next video tutorial.